Hello, ladies. So I am Melissa Buckingham, and I'm going to talk to you guys about liner today. I'm going to actually teach you about winged liner specifically, but we're going to just talk about liner, and I'm going to kind of walk you through how some different ways and different things that you can do to better educate yourself on liner and the application of liner. So, like I said, my name is Melissa Buckingham. I am from Oklahoma, and I have been with Senegence for almost 5 years, and I am MUA of the month this month. And so earlier this month, I went live and I talked about the MUA program and kind of gave you some real talk about how everyone should be doing it. So if you'd like to be tagged in that, go ahead and comment me below and I'll tag you in it. But if you're watching the replay, go ahead and comment a purple heart. And if you're watching the live, go ahead and say hey, and tell me, what is your favorite liner to use? So do you like pencil? Do you like liquid? Do you like onyx, a shadow? Let me know what your favorite liner is to use, all right, and apply with. So I'm going to show you guys how I like to apply the wing, and I'm also going to talk to you a little bit about, like I said, liner education and things along those lines, okay? So, hi Jennifer. Hopefully I'll be able to see comments this time. Last time I was not able to, so hopefully this time I will. So if you're on, comment. And if you are commenting, I'm sorry I can't see it, okay? So the first thing I want to tell you is in your back office, like I said in my MUA training a few weeks ago, everything you need is in your back office, okay? So there is a Senegence beauty guide that you can grab, and it is so helpful with makeup tips on application and different ways that you can use our products. So if you have not gotten that, it's literally where we go to order our product. It's under that same thing, under the supplies. Literally, it's called Senegence Beauty Guide. I really recommend going ahead and grabbing that for yourself. And if you're thinking of getting the MUA, go ahead and grab it for that too, because when you're doing makeovers, you can look through that and it'll help give you a couple tips on different ways to apply things for different eye shapes and different face shapes and things like along those lines, okay? I don't want to go into literally every single eye shape and how to apply the liner, because that would be hours long, because honestly, every single eye shape has a plethora of different ways that you can apply liner. So what I really want to encourage you to do, I'm going to go through them very quickly, but what I really want to encourage you to do is go just into Google, Safari, or whatever, and literally just search eye shapes. If you don't know your eye shape, okay, go ahead and Google eye shapes, and literally there are so many graphics out there that show you different eyes and the way that they're shaped, so you can see what kind of eye shape you have. For example, my eye shape is almond, okay? So almond basically means that I have an almond shaped eye, literally, and usually almonds have a little bit of an upturn on the outer edges of their eye, okay? So that is the shape that I have. If you know your eye shape, comment it below, all right? Let me know if you have, these are the different eye shapes. There's round eyes, there's almond shaped eyes, there's upturned, there's downturned, there's monolids, and there's hooded eyes, okay? So there's a bunch of different kinds of eyes, and when you go look at graphics, you're gonna see like there are a lot of different types of eyes, and that's good. I mean, try to really figure out what yours is. So I do have more of an upturn. My sister has almond shaped eyes, but hers is more downturned. And it's so interesting because she literally, the way she applies her liner is so different than me just because of her eye shape. So if you have smaller eyes, all right, I'm just gonna give you like a quick tip about each eye shape, and then we're gonna go on into the application. But if you have smaller eyes, all right, less is better when it comes to liner. You also do not wanna apply across the entire lid. You don't wanna apply across both especially the entire top and bottom lash line, because that is going to make your eyes appear even smaller, okay? And this really goes for every eye shape. It's so important to make sure that you have a thin line. So if you look at this, it's thin, and then it thickens as it goes out. It's not thick across the entire lid. It's not one thickness across the entire lid. That's very important, okay? Because if it's thick across the entire lid, it's going to make your eyes look smaller, no matter your eye shape, okay? So smaller eyes, you wanna really make sure that you're not putting a ton of liner on, and you wanna make sure that you're more so applying on the outer, not all over. All right, so round eyes, which is you have, more circular shaped eyes. One of the things that's going to look really good on your eye shape is just a thin line across the entire lid. okay? Not necessarily in the bottom, but just across that lid. If you do want to apply in the bottom, you're only going to want to apply right directly on the outer edge if you have round eyes. Almond eyes, I am not gonna lie to you, almond eyes tend to be one of the best eyes for liner. It's really, you can really do anything that you want. You could put it just on the bottom, you could do it just on the top, you could do it just on the outer edges. But the thing that's going to look the best on an almond eye is going to be applying right here on the outer edges, okay? That's going to look the best. Upturned eyes are when it's, you have more of an upturn here on the outer edge. Okay, again, you're going to want to keep liner on the outer edges here, on the bottom, both bottom and top. Even as far as shadows go, you can see, like, even for my almond, I like to apply darker shadows on the outer edges. That's going to make my eyes appear more open. Downturned eyes are the perfect eyes for cat eyes, okay? So if you didn't know that, a cat eye, which is basically a wing, downturned eyes are great for that, all right? So just a fun little tip. And then don't put liner on the bottom. If you have downturned eyes, avoid putting any liner on the bottom. Okay, so that was just a really quick, like, little tip as far as all the different ways you can wear liner. But truly, like, if you have round eyes, you can wear liner on the bottom and the top. You just need to look up, do research, okay? Knowledge is power. Do research on what's going to look good on you, okay? Because that's really going to help you figure out, even if you're doing makeovers, it's going to be really beneficial to make sure you know what kind of eye shape they have and how to apply that liner on that eye shape. All right, so I'm going to show you guys how I do a wing. So a fun little tip. Let me turn off this heater really fast. It is getting quite toasty in here. Whoa, okay, so I'm going to show you a tip. No matter the eye shape, no matter what eye shape you have, you can do a winged liner. And here's a tip for you. Make sure that your wing is going towards the tail end of your brow, okay? So this is the tail of your brow. You're gonna wanna make sure that it's going towards the tail end, okay? So with that, all right, so you can see mine's going towards the tail end. Towards the tail end. Now, the distance that you go out is totally up to you. You don't even have to go out, but you just want to go in that direction so it's going up. One of the biggest mistakes that people have when they do winged liner is they go straight out. They're not going up enough. So just go towards that tail end, and that's going to bring your wing up. All right, and then I'll show you how to connect it. So I do my liner a little bit different. Maybe other people do this, I don't know, but this is like one of my absolute favorite ways to do liner, no matter if I'm doing a wing or if I'm going straight across. Okay, I first start with our black pencil liner, always. I always start with the black pencil liner before I go to the liquid. This is going to give me a line to follow with my liquid liner. If I just go straight with liquid, which I can do that, but if I go straight with liquid, I tend to mess up more. I tend to go a little thicker than I'd like. So this kind of gives you something to follow when you start with the liner, with the pencil liner first, okay? So I'm using black. Also, I really want to encourage you, if you're not using our colored pencils, use our colored pencils. They are incredible. I never wore colored pencil before Senegence. I now sell the crap out of all of them. I love to just throw on purple liner on the bottom and then black and then just mascara on the top. It just creates like a really fun look. So I love the green. I love all of them. So just make sure you're not getting stuck in your everyday pattern and only wearing black or only wearing brown. I really want to encourage you to get it out of your comfort zone and try some other colors, okay? Just wanted to say that before I get started. So the first thing I'm gonna do is tight line. Now, tight lining, if you don't know what that is when you apply the liner right here in this upper lash area, okay? And the reason why you tight line is because that's going to get rid of any of this skin here that could show even after you apply the liner. So that's something that I noticed when I first started doing makeovers was a big problem. I always saw like that skin area showing. So this is going to help get rid of that. Excuse me. Okay, so that's going to help with that. It also is going to help make your lashes appear longer because it's going to give you that solid black thick line right there, okay? So we're going to pull it up, and I always just grab, thank goodness our shadows don't move, right? I always just grab here and gently pull up and then just fill in this line right here. I love that our liner is so easy to apply. You don't have to rub very hard. And just get up in that lash line area. Okay, now this is optional. You don't have to do this. It's just what I like to do. Okay, so I'm going to go on the bottom now and go on the waterline down here. Okay, make sure I got all of that. And then I'm going to kind of go in this corner. Okay, so that just gets that inner corner for me. All right, the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go on top of my liner and or on my line, and I'm just going to do a thin line all the way across, okay? Very thin, I don't want it to be super thick. And I am barely touching my eyelid, you guys. Barely. Okay, so this is gonna give me a line to follow. I'm then going to take my liquid liner. Okay, if you don't know this, there is a ball inside our liquid liners. You need to make sure you shake it up. Now, I'm not trying to make this line a perfect line. It's just giving me something to follow. So don't stress about this line being perfect. It doesn't need to be. You just need to have a line to follow. Okay, but this has a ball in it, just like our lip sense. So make sure you shake that up so that the formula is all good to go when you apply it, okay? Now, I love, 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 love this liner, like love, okay? It is not like a normal liquid liner. I have worn liner my entire life. I am obsessed with liner, okay? And I've always had a trouble with liquid liner. Applying it has always been so difficult for me. It's always too watery, okay? This is the perfect consistency, and the thickness of this wand is perfect. Okay, so what I'm gonna show you, when you apply with the liquid liner, I always start in the inner corner and I do a tiny little bit, come back, tiny little bit, come back, tiny little bit. I don't do a one stroke line ever, okay? I just notice that more errors tend to happen when I do a one stroke. I always do a little bit, come over, a little bit, come over, a little bit, and kind of paint it on like that, okay? I'm gonna show you the wing first. Remember, we're going to go for going up towards our brow, our tail end of our brow, okay? That's what we're going for. So you're gonna start from the bottom and go up towards that tail end of the brow, okay? Next thing, just like we say, our brows are sisters, not twins. Same goes for the liner. Absolutely do not stress about these two being perfect. If you stress about these two being perfect, you're going to keep adding to your wing and you're going to keep extending your wing, and it's just become a hot mess. Okay? Just go with it. If it's somewhat close, you did a great job. Okay? So here we go. I always take a little bit off because I'd rather have not enough product than too much product. Okay? So here we go. I'm going to go from the corner of my eye, and I'm going to go up towards my brow, the tail of my brow. Okay? Do y'all see that? The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go from that tail straight across and connect to my eye, my liner, okay? I always have the point going towards the point. You can go this way. You just want to be cautious because that could cause it to be thicker than you want it to be, okay? I'm really sad that I can't see comments right now. Okay, and notice how I'm raising my brows. Okay, if you don't raise your brows, it could become creasy. And then when you do raise your brows, your whole liner ends up looking funky. So I go ahead and say, raise your brow, okay? And then fill in while your brow is raised. And let your liner dry while your eyebrow is raised, okay? So don't put your eyebrow back down. Keep it raised till it dries, okay? Because if you go down, your liner's gonna go down with it, especially if you have like hooded eyes or anything like that, Okay, so right now I'm literally just going over it to make it a thicker black. That's all I'm doing, okay? But do y'all see that? Those wings are not exactly the same, but they're close enough, okay? Keep my eyebrows raised. Keep your brows raised. Don't put them down, okay? So now I'm gonna start in the corner here, and I'm gonna work my way up and connect to that corner, okay? And I always start with my wing first. Notice now that I'm going on the inside. Well, this is gonna keep drying while my eye is raised and as I'm applying this part, okay? So, start in the inner corner. A little bit, a little bit, a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. Okay, let that dry. Put on some mascara because mascara is a game changer. Totally changes the way that your eye look looks. Okay, but look at that liner. Look at that liner. What the heck? Your comments started coming in. What? Okay, all I see is Diana. You said, I keep raising my brows right now while watching. That's hilarious. That's like when you're applying lip sense and you're like this and you're like start opening your mouth with the people. Okay, I hope this helped you because no matter what shape of eye that you have, you can do a wing just like this, okay? No matter what shape eye. So I want to encourage you to practice, okay? Maybe get home for the day and you're not going anywhere and you can just practice doing a wing liner on top of your already done makeup, okay? But you have to practice. Oh, snap. Look what I just did. Y'all, does anyone else do this? It freaking happens to me all the time. Happens to me all the time. Okay. I don't know why I'm adding more over here, but it's fine. Okay, there's that. Usually I let it dry and then I'll scrape it off, but I'll try to just rub it off. Okay. Okay, so there we go. That is how to apply a wing, okay? And like I said, go research your eye shape and find the liner that's the liner look or what's gonna look good based off your eye shape and the research that you do. Get the Cinnablend's Beauty Guide. That is a game changer. I literally love it, okay? It's so helpful. I can't tell you how many times when I was doing a makeover, I would flip through and find like the tips and tricks in that book and use it when I was applying, okay? If you have any questions ever, feel free to comment below and I'll try to get back to you. Maybe if you really don't know, can't figure out your face shape, can't figure out your eye shape or whatever it is, feel free to comment below and I can try and help you, okay? I'm here to help. I hope you guys learned something new. And purple is my favorite color too, Alicia. That's literally this is my logo right here. And there's purple in it. It has lavender and then like a dark purple too. But I called Buckingham Beauty Palace. That's my business name. So I appreciate you guys hopping on. I know you have a busy life. I know things are going on. Trust me. So I really appreciate the support and jumping on here and commenting. So I will talk to y'all later. And I hope you have a great week. Bye.